Do you know those people who are overly joyous or go between joy and depression rapidly? Or people who just laugh inappropriately when everyone else seems to be serious? These people may be suffering from an imbalance within their fire element. So today we're breaking down the fire element according to the traditional Chinese medicine and the five element theory. Fire is at its most active during summertime. That is the most yang time of the year. If you are not familiar with the yin and yang theory, yin is at its most active during wintertime in the water element, and yang energy at its most active is during the summertime and the fire element. We're always looking to balance yin and yang. So all five elements are also contained within us human as well as out in the nature. Fire element also rules or governs the organs, heart and small intestine, as well as the channels, heart and small intestine. The channel of the heart actually begins in the armpit, runs down the ulnar aspect of the arm, and goes into the pinky finger. And the small intestine starts at the pinky finger and goes up that same ulnar aspect, but a little bit more out, up, and around, and it will go all the way into the face, ending in the face. The fire element also has a certain color associated with it, just like the other elements. So check out my other videos like the wood and the water element I already did, as well as the metal element. But the color red, which I'm wearing today, is associated with the fire element. People who are fire elements, they love to be the center of attention. They're your performers. They like to be in the spotlight. However, like I said, if there's an imbalance, they can oscillate or move between these extremes of being very outwardly extroverted and then sinking into depression. So I'm sure you've, seen examples in the media. I think one good example was an actor, a comedian. He actually took his own life, unfortunately, but being in the spotlight is what feeds them, and then being alone actually puts them in the state of depression. So obviously, with Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and herbs, as well as qigong and other methods, we can balance the fire element and bring all of the five elements in to be working together cohesively, because every person has one or two elements that are predominant. But when we practice meditation, qigong, and those types of internally cultivating practices, we can bring all of the elements into balance, so we don't have such a over dominance of one or two elements. Now, from my previous videos, maybe you're already familiar that each of the elements also rules specific body tissues, which way we are oriented in space. So the body tissues that are associated with the fire element is vessels, blood vessels, and that makes sense, right? Blood is running through our veins and arteries and capillaries, which are all being fed from and to the heart. The sense organ, because also certain sense organs are associated with each of the elements, the sense organ associated with the fire element is our tongue. And when we look at the diagnostics method in Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, we're looking at the tip of the tongue to tell us whether someone's fire element or the heart may be out of balance, right? The organ heart. And especially because heart is part of our mind, our shen, right? When are at sleep during nighttime, if someone is struggling with insomnia, we can actually see the redness, the tip of the tongue being red. Now, there are many different reasons why someone may be suffering from insomnia. It could be blood deficiency, it could be yin deficiency, it could be so many different reasons. It could be also the liver organ and the wood element out of balance, but basically, the sense organ associated with the fire element is the tongue. And then the direction of the fire element is south. So I already mentioned in the water element that north rules the water element, south is ruled by the fire element. So let's say your front door is facing the direction of south. A good color to pick for your front door would be the color red. So this is according to the Feng Shui. And there's other things that you can do around your house to balance out the elements and bring good abundance into your life and prosperity. But red color is associated with that prosperity and money making. During Chinese New Year, for instance, if you're not familiar with it, little red envelopes are given out with money inside, and that is to bring good abundance and prosperity into your life for that year. And with the fire element, really the key thing is to follow your nature, but also making sure that you really balance all the elements so you can live a healthy and balanced life. Some of the way we can also do that is by introducing certain foods. So for instance, the flavors that are associated with the fire element is the flavor bitter. Okay, and so bitter foods like bitter lemon or grapefruit or something of that nature could be introduced as a nutritional therapy to balance out the fire element. Now also, if you have aversions to those tastes or flavors, that can also tell you what's going on in the body. So that is the brief overview of the fire element. And if you need any help or assistance in balancing out your body, feel free to reach out, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.